Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It has been a minute since I have sat down and filmed a video, but I thought I would film one today. So as you can tell, I am back home in my room. Yeah, I'm not in Australia. If you are up to date with me, you would know that I came home and I thought I would just make a video just explaining my time in Australia, why I came home, etc. So yeah, let's just get started. I'll start with me going there and whatever. Basically, the months leading up to Australia, I was severely stressed and anxious about having enough money to live in Australia, finding a job. Like, I was just really scared that I wasn't gonna be able to find a job, be able to afford my rent, be able to afford groceries, and I was just working really a lot and I would not spend a dime. Like, if someone was like, do you want to go to dinner? I'd be like, no, I'm busy, I can't, because I didn't want to spend any money because I was too scared I was gonna not be able to survive in Australia. Also, sorry if my nose is red, I was just outside in the cold. But anyways, so I was just super anxious about the whole situation. So already before going, I already had a not great mindset. And then, you know, when we were on the plane, we were getting there, leading up to it, I was getting pretty excited and everything was fine and it was great. And then I got there and I was like, this is really cool, but like I just have this weird feeling, and I wasn't like happy and excited getting off the plane. I was just like, I'm here, like I'm really actually glad I did it. And I don't know, I just wasn't super into it, but it was fine. I was like, I just probably feel homesick. Like, you know, like it's a new place, it's a new country, it's a new lifestyle. I just probably am homesick and need to get used to it. So, first day, I just, you know, we walked around, handed out some resumes. I didn't think really anything of it. It was fine. I was, you know, a little sad, but nothing too crazy. Next morning, I woke up and I cried because I just missed home essentially, and I just wasn't just loving the place and everything. But it was only the second day, so I thought, you know, I'm just homesick, it's fine. And I continued to look for jobs as I normally would. I was very scared and stressed about finding a job because it's just different when you're not from the place and you have the title as working holiday visa. A lot of jobs obviously don't want that. So it was just a little bit stressful. And then basically this went on for about a week, where I'd wake up, I would cry for about 1 to 3 hours depending on the day. I would spend some time online looking for jobs, then I would walk around, look for more jobs and hand out resumes in person, come home, eat dinner, go to bed. So that was like a week. So after a week went by, it was when I really was starting to not having a job and not hearing from any jobs or anything was really getting to me. And I was starting to become so negative, so scared. I was just, I don't know, I was still waking up crying every morning because I honestly didn't miss home. I just was not happy. I was like people ask me now, like, what was it? Like, what was it that was making you upset if you weren't homesick? And I couldn't even tell you. I just genuinely did not enjoy the place. Like, Australia is beautiful and it's amazing. It just was not for me. It's just not my living. It's just not, I just wasn't happy. And so, you know, I just still thought I was overreacting, because if you know me, like, you know, a lot, I don't have much, how do I put it? Most of the time I'm just like, oh, they're just overreacting. Oh, it's whatever, like, shut up. So that's what I was really essentially telling myself. And I was like, it's only been a week, like, calm down. So then I just kept going. Another week went by, cry every morning, look for jobs, nothing. Haven't found a job or anything. And I could tell I was really getting on Kyle's nerves, because obviously being around someone who is stressed, anxious, depressed, crying all the time, not fun when you're sharing a room with them. And I really did try my best to like hide it from Kyle, but it's hard when you're a depressed person to hide that kind of thing. So he was really getting annoyed, and My nose is so red. But yeah, and so, you know, it gets really, really boring and exhausting spending all your days, all day, every day, handing out resumes. Like it's hard to enjoy such a cool, amazing place when all you're doing is trying to find a job. Like, I saw a lot of Sydney, a huge amount of Sydney, but I was, you know, in these places handing out resumes to cafes and food places and etc. But I just could not find a job. The third week, I found a very, very part-time job. Like, it would have been like at probably 9 hours a week at most to do front desk for a spin studio. So I was like, great, at least this is a starting point and I can keep looking for a job after that. So I thought maybe that would make me happy, but honestly it made me even worse because then I was like, this isn't my spin, like this isn't it, like why, I don't know, I just wasn't happy, and I thought that would at least make me happy, but it didn't. And so now we're at like 3.5 weeks, and honestly, my crying, my depression, my anxiety, it's just getting worse to the point where I had a really, really rough morning. I was on the phone, FaceTime with my mom for like 3 hours crying while my brother was at work. And I thought, okay, it's time I get out of the house. I'll just go hand out some resumes, come back, and if I'm still upset, I'll come back and cry then, but I really just need to force myself out. So I have to walk by a park to get to the place I want to hand out resumes. And literally, I was walking by the park and I broke down into full-on bawling my eyes out in the middle of this park. And this happened many times where I was in a cafe handing out a resume and I just started bawling in the middle of the cafe. So that's not fun. But it was then I texted my mom and I said, oh my God, I'm crying in the middle of the park. And my dad then texted me saying, go home right now so you can FaceTime me. So then I walked back home and he was FaceTiming me, and I was really nervous because like my dad isn't one to FaceTime or to really like talk that much. Like we don't really like chat. So I was like, oh, like normally the only time things like that happen is I'm in trouble. So I was like, oh, he's gonna get mad at me because I'm FaceTiming mom so much crying, or because I'm being stupid and not enjoying my time. Because every thought that I had was, I'm so dumb for feeling this way. I'm so stupid for feeling this way. Why can't I be normal? What is wrong with me? And then yeah, I'll get into it after. But FaceTimes me and I was like, hey, like, what's up? And he just said, you're coming home. He's like, it's not a question. You don't have a choice. You're coming home next week. And I was like, okay, like that makes sense, because I always had in the back of my mind, like I could go home, but I thought I was overreacting and I didn't think my brother would ever forgive me. I thought he would be really upset and mad, and I don't know, I just thought that he would hate me because I'm abandoning him in Australia. But we told him and he was like, yeah, I think that's best. Like, I think you should go home. And Kyle, for those wondering, he's totally okay. I paid for the portion of rent that he is just paying the same that he would as if I was there. He's totally fine, honestly. If anything, it's better I'm not around since I just kind of made things worse. And he gets 2 closets now, but yeah, it's a little sad that he has to be there alone, but I think he's honestly enjoying himself, and that's all fine. Yeah, so then I had a week to actually enjoy myself. I met up with an Instagrammer, Claudia, I love you. I met up with her and she was awesome to meet. I had some family emergency news that I had to come home for as well, but I'm not gonna get into that because it's none of your business. And yeah, I just needed to come home, but just being another reason, like another aspect of me coming home is simply when like one thing is off, if you're like super anxious, super stressed, super depressed, it kind of affects your everything. So I lost See, this is like really hard to post on the internet because I don't really want people to know this about me, but this is, I know talking about it is gonna help other people. So, just being there, I lost all my confidence. I felt so insecure, I think just because I was so upset. I lost my personality, like I didn't even know who I was. Like I hated the person I was there and the person I was becoming. I lost my relationship with food. I was so stressed about what to eat, if I was eating too much, if I was eating too little, getting fat, it was working out way too much. Yeah, I just lost everything that I worked so hard to build. But literally as soon as I got off the plane, I could feel like some of my confidence coming back. I still have some work to do, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. As for food, I am working on it. It's a little bit easier when I'm not on such a tight budget with food, that I can afford like protein and stuff. And my personality, I'm getting back. I feel like I'm feel more like myself, but I just need to, I don't know, find myself and see who I am, the person I want to become. But essentially that is why I came home from Australia. There are outside factors to do with my family, but I don't feel comfortable and don't have the authority to be speaking about that, so I'm not going to. But a big part of the reason was just that I wasn't enjoying myself. I wasn't happy. Many of you probably are going to disagree with that and think I should have stayed longer. But honestly, I think you just know yourself, and you know in your gut when something's right. And the fact that my dad came in, which like he's not one to do that, just proved to me that it was time to come home. And being home, I feel so good. I feel so much happier. It's just been so good. And I know like this is gonna fade away like after a week once I'm used to being home again. I'll probably go back to normal and probably won't be as happy waking up in the morning. Sure, but I know like anything is better than how I was feeling there. So essentially, I am back. And with that, I kind of abandoned my YouTube channel when I was out there, just because like it's pretty boring to record me crying and handing out resumes. So I am back. I have big plans for my YouTube channel. I'm going to upload Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. I will be vlogging or trying to vlog every day, even if it is boring or not doing anything. I just think I want to have anything on documentation, and I will be attending college in the fall, so I want to make sure I get that, and I'm really excited. I'm gonna try to post on my blog at least 2 times a week, aiming for 3, but I'm not gonna guarantee anything because, you know, I might not be that creative with recipes or inspiration, and I don't want to force that. So definitely 2 times a week, striving for 3. And yeah, that is just an update why I am home, back in my beautiful room. And yeah, let me know what videos you want to see from me. If you want to see like vlogs or what I eat in a day, or how I'm working out, or fashion. I don't really wear that much makeup, but I'm looking to get more into it. Or I don't know, challenges. I could do challenges if you like them. I'm just open for anything, and I just really want some feedback, because I don't know, I'm just posting vlogs because I like vlogs, but like I don't know if you guys like vlogs, so just let me know. But yes, this was why I came home, and I'm glad that we're all on the same page and I don't have to answer these questions anymore. And yeah, I will see you guys on Thursday for my vlog.